Hey all you cool cats and kittens. No, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video I wanted to update you guys on the progress of the Mazdaspeed 3. At one point she was running, but we were running into some issues, hence why she's all apart again. So at first we had some leaks at the fuel rail, but we fixed that. That's good. We extended this bracket on the Damon Motorsports. Damon, if you're watching this, you should make another bracket for if you have taller injectors like mine, because you can't really run this bracket without a bunch of washers. So if you're watching this, just a note, we got that figured out. That was good to go. And then after, I noticed that the car was running rich. Short-term fuel trims were -25 and long-term fuel trim was like -10, which -10 is fine for long-term fuel trim, but the short-term fuel trim, it was constantly trying to adjust the fuel trim by taking away fuel. Typically when you have a negative fuel trim, it's usually more often than not, it's a leak between the turbo and the throttle body. So what I did a boost leak test, made a boost leak tester. I'll do a video on how to make your own boost leak tester, maybe in the next video. At the turbo, one of the couplers was loose, so we tightened that up. There were a few small leaks at the brake booster here. There was a small leak, so we tightened that up. Only thing left that was leaking was my blow-off valve, my go fast bits, but it always did that. So I'm not too worried about that because it was a very minor leak. But I was looking around, I was like, I mean, it could be the fact that my secondary O2 sensor I ordered on eBay is the wrong one, so I don't have the secondary O2 sensor. Before, when this car was running on the stock motor, I was running my failsafe. I used a O2 sensor in the spot of the secondary O2 sensor, so I didn't have my secondary O2 sensor hooked up, and it was not running rich. It was running perfectly fine until it blew. Maybe it's the fact that I need my secondary O2 sensor. It could have also been the fact that I was on a base map. Base maps tend to run rich. It could have just needed a MAF calibration. I noticed that the exhaust manifold was cracked on cylinder 2. So I pulled that the other day. It took like an hour. It really wasn't that bad. I have the FJP exhaust manifold, and the only pain in the ass was getting to this bolt on the turbo, the T3 flange. And what I did, I just had to take off the coolant drain in the back here, and I was able to get at this bolt. It is a tight fit. That was the only major pain in the ass. I just took the studs out from the block, and it just slides up and out. Took the passenger motor mount off, just slid it a little bit forward because otherwise it hits this shield right here. But that's getting welded. Shout out to Bert for welding that, thank you very much. With the crack on the exhaust manifold at one of the welds, if air is escaping through that, then once the air gets to the O2 sensor, it'll think that it's running rich, and then it's going to try to pull some fuel. So that could have been one of the reasons that under throttle, around like 5,000 RPM, I was bogging a little bit. But that could be one of the issues, because I was getting a code for running rich, so it was definitely running rich. Another issue I was having was the map sensor. Now, I have the ST intake manifold, and I believe that's a Cobb 3.5 bar map sensor with a pigtail. This pigtail doesn't clip in, it just kind of fits snug. So I'm not sure if it was making a bad connection there, or the fact that one of the machine bolts that Damon gives you with this intake manifold, it wasn't seating right. It was actually too short with this map sensor, so I actually just went to Ace Hardware, got a little bit longer bolt, and it's fit snug in there now. Only thing is, you might be able to see there's a little gap there. So if you are running an ST intake manifold and you're into that same issue and you're getting a code for a map sensor correlation, I believe it was, let me know how you fixed it. I was wondering if maybe I needed a map sensor from an ST, like a Focus ST specific 3.5 bar map sensor. I'm not sure. So if that doesn't work, then we're gonna have to try something else. Maybe I'll go back to my Bosch 3 bar map sensor or something. But that was another issue we were having. I got a code for that. But it wasn't leaking under the boost leak test. I mean, this all pressurizes up here and here. I did notice that there was some RTV right next to the timing chain here. That was causing a leak on the valve cover. It was just a very minor leak though, like slowly bubbling. So I cleaned all that off. So that might be a factor, I'm not sure. But yeah, basically guys, I got her all apart again. She was running for a little bit, and I just decided just to take everything back apart and kind of just make sure everything is good to go, and I'm taking my time doing it. If you're doing a build like this, guys, my advice would be, from experience, take your time, because you're going to find yourself going back and doing things that could have been addressed before, and it would have made it a lot easier if you addressed it before. If I noticed the crack on the exhaust manifold before I put it on, then my life would have been a lot easier. I mean, it wasn't that hard to take it out, but it's just another thing you have to go back and do. So definitely, if you're building a car, putting a motor in, take your time. I mean, yeah, you want to get the car running. Like, I wanted to just get it running. I just want to get it done. But with this coronavirus, I guess I have more time. So that's why I'm taking my time now. That's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video, guys. Tomorrow, I'll do another video, kind of do like a vlog series, kind of just every day, what I do to this car to get it on the road, running perfectly. So stay tuned for more episodes. Since this coronavirus, I don't have anything to do. If you're new to the channel and you want to follow the road to 500 horsepower build for the Mazdaspeed 3, be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can stay updated, get notified when I post a new video on this car. She'll be running very, very soon, and can't wait. So if you're new to the channel, subscribe, and if you already subscribed, hit that notification bell so you don't never miss a new video. And thank you guys so much again. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.